Hong Kong's culture is deep-rooted in superstitions and beliefs. From abandoned villages and luxurious houses to converted office blocks, the one thing that connects these places are the chilling stories behind them. Here are 7 places in the city you should probably avoid visiting. Number 7. The Tat Tak School. Abandoned since 1988 and on the National Geographic's list of Asia's top 10 creepy places, Tak Tak School is not for the faint-hearted. The village in which the school is located also has a history of tragedy, with residents killed and buried in the area after resisting British efforts to evict them from their land. It has been said that a large number of villagers were massacred in 1941 during the Japanese occupation, with their remains buried in graves built into the hillside next to the school. Legend says that a teacher hung herself in the girls' bathroom while wearing a red dress. In Chinese culture, suicide while wearing red means you will return as a ghost within 7 days, leaving behind a lingering red-clothed spirit, the source of many paranormal sightings over the years. In 2001, a group of students went to explore the school but ended up hysterically and emotionally disturbed when one of the girls tried to strangle herself and bit the boy who tried to help her. An ambulance was called and 2 teenagers were hospitalized. Tak Tak School now remains a shabby site littered with broken glass, rubbish and graffiti. Number 6. The Thirsty One, Granville Road or Tsim Sha Tsui. The murder of Fan Man Yi, more commonly known as the Hello Kitty murder, which remains as one of the most disturbing cases in Hong Kong's history, shocked the people of Hong Kong and became a media sensation in 1999. Fan was a struggling young mother who was abducted by 3 gang members and tortured for a month before she died. A 23-year-old nightclub hostess by the name of Fan Man Yi was kidnapped by 3 men: a 34-year-old Chan Man Lok, 27-year-old Lun Xingqiu and 21-year-old Lun Weilan. They took her to an apartment at number 31 in Granville Road, Tsim Sha Tsui, where they imprisoned her. They beat and tortured her daily over a debt dispute of 20,000 Hong Kong dollars. The apartment building in which the crime took place was demolished in September 2012. After a month of imprisonment and torture, she was killed, dismembered, and her skull was stuffed into a giant Hello Kitty mermaid doll. They discarded most of the other body parts. Only the woman's skull, 1 tooth, and some internal organs were recovered. Fan's death was made known to police only after a teenage girl came to them, complaining of nightmares, then telling them a gruesome story they did not initially believe. They would soon learn that the story was very much true, and was perhaps worse than they had imagined. Number 5. The Dragon Lodge. One of the most famous haunted places in Hong Kong and spots for ghost hunters and thrill seekers is the Dragon Lodge. But to understand why this abandoned house is considered haunted, we need to go back in time. Throughout the years, the property had a number of owners. One of them went bankrupt, while another owner passed away while still living in the home. When Japanese soldiers took the premises during World War II, they beheaded several Catholic nuns who were housed there. In 2004, there were efforts made to rebuild the location, but the workers who were doing the work became convinced that it was haunted after hearing unexplained noises and the sounds of a child wailing that they couldn't see. It is now considered to be a haunted house, due to the fact that it has fallen into disrepair throughout the years under the Japanese army. The location eventually became such a popular spot for ghost hunters and thrill seekers that the current handlers of the site were forced to increase security in the area in order to avoid any trespassers. Number 4. The Bride's Pool. For women, being a bride-to-be is one of the most beautiful feelings in the world. But this story of one of the most haunted places in Hong Kong might give you chills. Who would have thought that a beautiful rock pool in new territories could be a home of the spirit of a bride drowned in the falls? Bride's Pool has a horrible image because of what happened to a bride in the past. The story goes that 4 men or colporteurs were pushing a sedan chair with a bride-to-be on it to her groom's village. On the way, they went over one of the waterfalls that feed Bride's Pool. One of the porters slipped on a rock, which caused the bride and her porters to fall into the pool below. Unfortunately, the bride and all of her porters drowned because her cheongsam, the traditional, tight-fitting dress, was so heavy. She never made it to her groom, so she waits for him under the pool's surface, dressed in her cheongsam. People have died by suicide in the area around Bride's Pool. Then in 1982, the body of a man killed by his fiancée was found. Nowadays, the road is called the Deadly Curve because it is a dangerous intersection where many people have died in accidents. Number 3. The Solo Pun. Solo Pun is located in the extreme northeast of the New Territories. Its name, which translates to locked compass, was given to it after claims that compasses in the area and in the village mysteriously stopped working. Although inquisitive onlookers frequently stop by Solo Pun, the cause for its abandonment is unknown, though there are undoubtedly numerous rumors. There are several legends, including one in which a devastating disease wiped out the Hakka people. There's also the legend of how the villagers died. This legend tells that several villagers were on their way to a wedding by boat when an accident killed many of them. The survivors subsequently abandoned Solo Pun. Whatever the case may be, some who have visited the crumbling ruins have reported encountering unexplainable forces. Although the reason for the abandonment is unknown, it apparently gives visitors feelings of great unease. If you're interested in making a visit to the Solo Pun village, the closest road is 3 hours away, so the most convenient means of getting there is hiking. Number 2. The Bella Vista Villa. Known as the resort of charcoal suicide, a woman in a traditional red Chinese costume killed her son, then committed suicide in one of the villas in 1989. Wearing this garment after death turns one become a spiteful ghost. What's even more strange is that beachfront villas have had tens more suicides since 1989. Another local tale says a girl burned charcoal and overdosed on drugs in one of the villas after her boyfriend ignored her suicide threats. Residents describe seeing a ghostly female apparition in buildings and on Tung Wen Beach in the Yin energy-filled area. Number 1. The High Street Community Center. This haunted place in Hong Kong is also known as the Sai Ying Pun Community Complex. This century-old structure, in contrast to the allegedly theoretical supernatural aspect of certain other locales, is the setting of a genuine tragedy. Constructed in 1982, the building originally served as a mental hospital where Japanese soldiers tortured, then killed villagers who rebelled during World War II. There are rumors of ghosts bursting into flames, severed bodies floating by, and the cries of women. Strange noises such as ladies sobbing and mysterious footsteps have been heard throughout the building. Then a guy dressed like a devil has allegedly been seen wandering the halls. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, there's no denying that this place has a creepy vibe because of its spooky history. This structure was remodeled into the Sai Ying Pun Community Complex in 1998, yet it is still known by its granite facade and its old name, High Street Haunted House.